Have you ever looked at a math problem and you're like, wow, it looks really complicated? You're thinking to yourself,
oh shit, not good.
but it's not that it's a difficult problem. It's just that how you're thinking of it is difficult, and there's actually a simple solution. First, I'm going to go over the traditional textbook math class way to solve this question, and then we're going to look at an approach where any of you could get it correct. My name is Paul Pasolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and ivymasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 3, Number 3, which reads, what are the solutions to the quadratic equation 4x squared minus 8x minus 12 equals 0? So, first thing you could do, you see the greatest common factor is 4. Now this is a textbook approach, and this is the approach that intimidates students, and they think they have to do it this way, but they really don't. If you pull out a 4, then this is what your equation becomes. If you divide both sides by 4, the 4's cancel on the left, and 0 over 4 is just 0, so what you're left with is x squared minus 2x minus 3. Then you factor it. Square root of x squared, x and x. We need two numbers that multiply to give you negative 3, add to give you a negative 2. So that's negative 3 and positive 1 equals 0, and this equals 0. And then you see that your solutions are x equals 3 and x equals negative 1. Negative 1 and a positive 3, which would be b. Okay. Now, some of you out there are like, yeah, I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't be able to do it that way. So that's a-okay, because that's not the only way you could do it. Whenever you've got, if it's asking you for the value of x, all the answer choices are possible values of x, you could simply plug them in to the original equation and see if they work. So, for example, I'm going to plug in positive 1 and positive 3. And if positive 1 works, then I know it's C or D. If it doesn't work, I know it's A or B. Positive 3, when I plug that in and it works, I know it's B or D. If it doesn't work, then I know it's A or C. So here we go. 4, and in place of x, I'm going to put 1. 4 times 1 squared minus 8 times 1 minus 12 equals 0. So 1 squared is just 1. 4 times 1 minus 8 minus 12 equals 0. 4 minus 8 minus 12 equals 0. And hopefully you can see at this point that it's going to be 2 negative. Negative 4 minus 12 is negative 16. Does not equal 0. So positive 1 did not work. I get rid of C and D. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in a positive 3. If it works, it's B. If it doesn't work, it's A. And now I've got 4 times 3 squared minus 8 times 3 minus 12 equals 0. So 4 times 9 minus 24 minus 12 equals 0. So I've got 36 minus 24 minus 12 equals 0. 36 minus 12 is 12 minus 12. It does equal 0. So the positive 3 worked and the negative 1 worked. And once again, your answer is B. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble solving quadratic equations or factoring them. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, you can leave that in the comments, and I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you, children.